Hi, this is Mark Flateau, Superintendent, Kalispell Public Schools. I wanted to just send out this little video chat as a means of communicating with you, our families and students, at the end of what has been a pretty crazy week. I really appreciate your flexibility, and I know that you as parents and families are being asked to do more than you ever have in the education of your children. And I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. And at that same time, I want you to know that our staff has been working so hard and so diligently this week in supporting our kids in their learning in new and different ways. I want to take just a few minutes to go over some important points that I'll be sharing in an email, Bright Arrow email this afternoon with you. So just a few highlights that I want to touch on. I'll be talking and sharing information about if you're choosing to travel over spring break and some of the restrictions that are in place depending on where you go in regards to quarantining yourself after returning to the Flathead Valley. The governor today issued some additional guidance, particularly if traveling to Mexico, that there is a requirement now of a 14-day quarantine after returning. So just some information on that topic that you'll want to follow. Good news is that we've decided to provide meals for our students next week, which is our regularly scheduled spring break. I'm so proud of our food service staff and our paraeducators and bus drivers and custodians and teachers and principals who've worked so hard this week. So here's the plan for next week. Kalispell Public Schools Central Kitchen will provide ingredients for breakfast and lunch for the entire week of spring break. So it's free to anyone 18 and under. So from birth to 18, this food is free, and all we ask is you confirm with us the number of students and children that you'll be feeding. So in the email announcement, which will also be posted on our website, please email Jana Graham, who is our food service supervisor. Her email is GrahamJ, GRAHAMJ, at sd5.k12.mt.us. Email her to place your order for next week and letting her know how many kids you'll be serving. At that point, she will have your order ready to pick up on Monday, March 23rd of next week from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Central Kitchen, which is located at 106 Northwest Lane, Kalispell. That's right below the middle school and just off of 3 Mile Drive. I want our families to know that the likelihood of the school emergency closure being continued by the governor past spring break of next week is likely. We believe that this will probably be announced in the coming days. As soon as the governor announces whether he's extending or whether we return, as soon as we know for sure, we'll be emailing you another message. So be watching for that because it may occur early next week. So just be watching your emails, and we'll give you notification probably via voice message as well as to the plans of the governor in extending this emergency school closure. Please know that our principals and teaching staff really have been planning for this likelihood. So again, your child is going to be continued to be supported in a variety of ways, even if this extends. Please know that our buildings and our staff are available to you. We have granted the ability for many staff to work from home remotely, just based on the guidance from the CDC. But that should not stop the great support that our staff are providing your kids. The expectation is that they'll be working their normal school business hours and supporting their kids, their classrooms in a variety of ways, both by email, by remote access. Many of our teachers are using Google Access, or Google Classrooms. And if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to call our schools or email teachers or principals any questions that you may have. We want to remind everyone the importance of social distancing. Again, we have had reports from the city and local officials that kids are still congregating, that they're bored. We get it. But again, the importance of keeping that minimum of 6 foot perimeter around everyone. And even when coming into our schools, our staff are still exercising those sorts of important measures. So just a reminder of that. I'm also going to send you a link that has some really good information about how to best talk to your child, especially our younger kids, about this coronavirus and why schools are closed and things that you can do to help them understand not to worry and fret over this situation, even though it is still very, very concerning for all of us. Another piece that I want to share is that we just received word from the federal government that they will be granting exemptions to states for state required testing. So for Montana, that includes required ACT tests at the high school level and smarter balanced assessments in grades 3 through 8. So be looking for that. We expect our state to apply for that waiver, and we'll keep you posted. But please know that the availability of the ACT and SAT for our students will still be there. That's an important assessment, especially for those seeking entrance into colleges, as well as the fact that we have other assessments that we will be using and continue to use to progress monitor and, again, making sure that kids are making adequate progress in their learning. I know this is a lot of information. I know that it is taxing on everyone, but again, I just want to thank you for being a great partner with us. We will continue to communicate with you by email, by voice messages, and even some video links like this one to hopefully ensure that you have all the information you have in order to support your children in their learning, as well as our continued providing of food services to our kids and community. I hope that you have a great weekend, and more importantly, I hope that you can spend time next week during spring break with your family and with your kids. There has to be a silver lining to everything, and I think two things that come to mind in this challenging situation of dealing with this national pandemic of the coronavirus. Number one, we're going to be better educators after going through this this challenging time. We're learning a lot. We're providing training and updates to our staff in how best to deliver remote online learning, along with a variety of other means. So we're going to be better educators because of it. And I hope from a family standpoint that you can take the time to sit down every evening and have a meal with your kids and with your family members. I hope that you can unplug the technology at times and play some board games. Just think of opportunities to build stronger family ties during this time, because to be honest with you, we all know that just about everything is canceled. So no activities, no meetings in the evening. It's a great time to reconnect with one another. I hope this has been helpful. Continue to look for information on a regular basis coming from Kalispell Public Schools. And if there's anything that we can do to answer questions or further support you in any way we can, please let us know. We have some great things planned if this continues after spring break in regards to support for our families. And so be looking for those announcements. Again, have a great weekend and a great spring break, and we will be communicating with you very soon. Thank you.